Hey up peeps, out again. A bit of an explore this time, looking for some stone hut circles, burial mound, rock art, just general stuff like that. I'll be in pretty much this sort of stuff the majority of the day, and a bit of a moor. We've got birch and edge up there, which I might go to later, depends. It's supposed to give out rain later, so we'll see how it is by the time I found. I think I'm looking for about 6 or 7 things today. And we've got Gardam, if that's how it's pronounced, edge over that way somewhere, so I'm between the two edges. And the first thing I'm looking for is a ring circle. But apparently it depends on how high this bracken is, if I'm going to get to it or not and find it. Well, I'll get to it because I've got the grid reference, but whether you'll be able to see it or not. Yeah, it's a ring cairn from the Bronze Age, so that's what we're looking for. And it's supposed to be at the top of here somewhere, top of this mound, a bit further up, so we'll have a look. Well, there's the path I was on, come from that way. Now on the map it says a stone cairn. But on Google it doesn't say that. So we'll have a look, because someone said it was a little bit further off. I mean, it might be there, so we'll have a look. So I'm not sure if this is it or not, but we'll see. There is definitely a circle of stones here, but it said, like I say on the map, it says a stone enclosure thing, which are normally stones which are sort of stacked next to each other in a circle where there's gaps between all these.
Workout auto pause.
So it might be over there somewhere. We'll go and have a look. If not, this is it. But this is a ring cairn. It's certainly not a stone enclosure. I mean, you've seen a load of them on my videos before. So I'll just go up there and have a look before we decide. Right peeps, this is it. I remember it from the picture. So this is a Bronze Age. So I'm reading from I had to write this down, all this on a piece of paper, because like I said, there's about 7 things I'm looking for today. This is a ring cairn. This is the centerpiece, and it's from the Bronze Age. Tripping over the bricks, rocks. So that's the centerpiece, and the whole thing is 14 meters in diameter. Now there's two two entrances, one from the southeast and one from the northwest. As where they are, your guess is as good as mine. I suppose I could get my compass out on my phone. What, 14 metres. I mean, there's that many rocks, but there is a clear circle going round. Well, it's hard to judge what 14 metres is, isn't it, without getting a tape measure out, and I'm certainly not doing that. Not for you lot sitting at home thinking, what's that clown doing this time? But so yes, that's the centrepiece of it. I'm going to get my phone out and just check which way the entrances are. Right peeps, it looks like I came in on one of the entrances, or near one of the entrances. That is the southwest, and there's a, you know, rather big gap between two rocks, so it's somewhere there. There's one entrance, and the other entrance is that way. That's northwest. So who knows, but like I say, that's the centrepiece. Right, the second thing I'm looking for, if it's not covered up, should be quite easy to find. And then the nickname for it is Meg's Wall. And it's 600 metres long, and it's got 7 entrances, and it's about 1 metre high, so hopefully we should find it. It's some sort of a stone enclosure. So that's what I'm looking for next. Some big rocks there. Certainly wouldn't like to have one of them fall on me. I'm not sure if I'm going around the back of them or I'm going over that way. I know I turn right in a minute. And then hope I can find this Meg's Wall, this stone enclosure, because it, like I say, in the 60s when it was played around with and looked at, when they found stone tools and stuff like that, it was between 1 metre and 1.5 metres tall, but that don't mean it's going to be that high now. And if it's covered in all this rubbish, I'll never bloody find it. I did think it'd be the hardest one to find, even though it is the biggest. A bit of a down there, I don't know what that is. Plenty of rocks, plenty of dead trees as well by the looks of it. But that's not on my route today. So right, there's a right turn in here, there's one there, so I best get the map out and check. Yeah. Looks like a... No, I don't know if I go up this way or the other side of the wall. I'll zoom in on the map in a minute. Just want to have a look at this. Going to be a view here, isn't there? Ow. Well, gorgeous. I think if I come back this route, depending on the weather, I'll say swans or geese, oh, a couple of geese. God knows where the water is around here, but I suppose there's plenty. I might sit here on the way back if I come this way, unless of course I find anywhere better. Right peeps, I just checked on the map. Those bunch of rocks what we walked past the other side of is called the Three Men for some reason. Don't know why that is. I think we're heading up to that gap in the wall there and turning. Well, depends on which way I go, because from here in that woodland over there, it's basically a circular round the edge, through it, popping in and out, trying to find this stuff. But right, I'm gonna mention Neil. He does quite a few different stuff on his channel. Does a lot of cycling routes in this sort of area. He goes abroad doing cycle routes. Must be crazy. But I noticed he's also doing the Ethel challenge, and he got back into that again last week and bagged another 3 or 4 it was, I think. So that was good to see Neil. What is it? Old Man's Adventures, his channel. So go and nip over there and give him a subscribe. He's trying to build his channel up, and like I say, it's a decent channel. Great bit of recording in there, lots of drone shots as well if you're into your drone footage. But right, there's Birchen Edge again. Triggs over there, can see it just popping up, and I can also see the 3 ships, and obviously the monument as well. Is it Nelson's monument? Can't remember, but someone will shout at me if I've got it the wrong way round. Like I say, might go over there, depends if this sun stays out or not. Right, I've just stripped off, I've got my coat off. It's quite warm, a little bit of breeze, but if it gets much warmer I'm going to be down to my bloody mankini the way this rate's going, and trust me, none of you want to see that. Oh dear. But right, let's crack on. Let's go and see if I can find this bloody Meg's wall. Like I say, 600 metres long, so hopefully with a bit of luck we'll find him. Right, I haven't got a clue where that stone enclosure thing is, unless it's amongst all this lot here. I mean, there's rocks and stones all in a long massive line, but there's that much growth on it with the bracken and the stuff. I can't see anything clear, and according to my map I'm standing next to it. Well, I'm halfway along it, if that makes sense. Like I say, it's 600 metres long. Unless it's this wall. Very much doubt it. So I don't know, but I might as well tell you about it if nothing else, haven't I? So, but yeah, it's got to be along there. There is a high mound all the way along. We'll see when I'm coming back, because the rest of the things I'm looking for are over the other side of the woods and in the middle of the woods. I'll be going down here and then turning up the other way. So I don't know, but yeah, like I say, this stone enclosure, they call it the Meg's wall for some reason. It's 600 metres long and between 5 and 10 metres wide at different points. It's got to be that along there, because there's all stones here, and then there's another line of stones along there, but you ain't going to see a lot of it. So anyway, it's like I say, some of the stones are sort of 1.5 metres high, and it's from the Neolithic time. So it has a cairn with a standing stone in the middle. I'm gonna have to go investigating on the way back, because if it's a cairn, how big's a... It's got a cairn and a standing stone next to it from the Bronze Age. Flint and stone tools were found, and it has 7 entrances. So I've got a feeling right at the other end of the wall, the woods up there where I came, well, I had to climb over a wall like this with a stile on it. There was a cairn there, but it says, I can't really remember what it said myself now, and I'm reading it. It has a cairn with a standing stone next to it. Oh, see, it says next to it. It doesn't say if it's further down or what. So we'll have a look, because like I say, I'm going up to the top part there, and then I'm working my way back down through the wood. So when I get there, we'll see if we can find the cairn and the standing stone. Standing stone's supposed to be about 1.5 meters to 2 meters tall, so should be able to see that. Bloody hell, that's my height, isn't it? Well, above my height, the 2 meter bit. Right, let me check my map, because I'm not sure if I'm going up this path here or the one the other side of that wood there. Right, I'm at my 3rd destination, which is a roundhouse. Now there's supposed to be between 20 odd roundhouses all over here on this moor, but this is the biggest and the main one apparently. Well, this is the centre piece of it again, but I'm having a little bit of a problem because what is it? It's from the Bronze Age again, obviously, but
Workout photo pause.
Bronze Age to the Iron Age, it supposedly was in use, and somewhere in this middle bit here, it was probably under these rocks, I don't know. When it was excavated, they found a fire pit, and in the fire pit there was bones, which are now, I think, not 100% sure, but I think they're in Sheffield's museum, but don't quote me on that. But you can see it's fairly big. I mean, there's the edge of the hut there, and it goes obviously all the way around. You can't see the stones so much that side because of all the bracken, and again it's got an entrance from the southeast, which is marked with two large stones, which I'm having problems seeing. So I'll just pause it a minute. I'll get my compass back out and see where southwest is again this time. I'm not, either my compass is back to front or I'm blind as a bat, because
Workout resumed.
southeast is that way, and that's the way I came in, and I couldn't see any rocks. Where this way again, this is the edge of the hut circle, which goes around there. Now whether them two stones there, supposed to be two stones just sticking up, about 6 feet apart. Now whether it's them two there, I haven't got a clue. Well, we're out in the centre of it anyway, even if oh dear, we didn't, well, not 100% sure on the entrance bit, because this whole moor's full of bloody rocks everywhere. It's more than 2 rocks there, so I don't know. Unfortunately there wasn't a picture of the entrance, the 2 rocks. It just showed you the picture of the cairn in the middle where the fire pit was, where they found the bones. And I keep seeing a lot of this as well, blue tape on bits of tree like this. I've seen loads of it, so if anybody knows what all that's about, put it in the comments. So, right, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I need to be going that way. Let's see if there's a bloody path down here. I'm struggling to find paths. So you can find plenty where sheep have made the marks. Let me get my map out and find the path. I'm hunting for a... well, I'm hunting for a path. But I'm also... not... I'm on a path here. But the path I'm supposed to be on is over there somewhere. But I can't find it. But I'm supposed to be going this way. And number 4 on the list is a standing stone on its own, and it's probably I think it's about 2 meters tall. I think, sure it is. So it should be quite easy to find that. This bloody bracken stuff's killing my bloody legs. Look, it's scratching them to hell. I suppose that's what you get for putting shorts on. I was going to put my trousers on today because it said it was going to be raining, but I checked this morning and it said there was no rain till sort of dinner time. Well, I was hoping to be done by then. Whether I will be at this rate. I mean, up to now, after the, is it six or 7 things I'm looking for, the biggest one at 600 meters is the only one I couldn't find up to now. But like I say, I'm going to go back pretty much to that corner of the woods. So I'm going to look for that cairn again and see if there's a standing stone next to it. If I can find that, then I'm going to be somewhere along the side of a 600 meter stone enclosure between 5 and 10 meters bloody wide. But I'm gonna have to find somewhere as well to sit down, because I really need to take my boots off. I've got that much bracken and heather gone in my boots, sticking in my heel and underneath my heel while I'm bloody walking. Oh dear me. The hassles you get. Ah, it's here in front of me, look. Waffling on. And here is the stone. Now this, from what I think, from when I wrote a bit of information down, it looks all different shapes from the different angles you look at it. Let me check. No, it's 1.5 meters tall. Well, it's taller than that, because I'm taller than that, and it's taller than me. It was suggested that it was an astronomical marker. Whatever that is. Some sort of a sundial, I believe, from the groove in the top. Stone looks different from which angles you look at it from. So, okay, well, you see it from that angle. And see it from that angle. And just to point out, this groove here in the middle at the top was suggested it was yeah, you tell me what I said earlier, a sundial, and that's that angle, and it's fairly slim from that angle. So I'm not too far away then now from the peste de resistance of what I'm looking for, but unfortunately what I'm looking for isn't amongst all the trees. It's supposed to be on the edge of, well, towards the edge of the trees. I mean, I have got the grid reference, and I will either put in the description where it is. If I can get a signal, I'll do the what 3 words as well, because as you all know, a grid reference is, well, not a big size, but it ain't like, you know, like a what 3 words, which is only 3 meters by 3 meters. So there's a rock over there, so I'm going to go over there and try and get some of this. Well, there's rocks everywhere actually. Get some of this junk out of my boot, and then I'll look at the map and head off to try and find the other one.
Workout resumed.
Well, I am not too far away from the grid reference. Oh dear me. She's telling me I need to go up there. So obviously the grid reference is wrong, because what I'm looking for is directly in front of me there on the floor. So I shall check. I mean, it's hard to explain. That's what I'm looking for, and that is what I've just found. Now I'll get the paperwork out of it in a minute, but just to let you know, I'll check on my phone before I start calling and whatever. Yeah, according to the grid reference, I am absolutely nowhere near it. But like I said, I don't know how big a grid reference is on a map. You know, it could be 100 meters, 100 feet square, 100 meters square for all I know. I don't know. But I'll get my other phone out in a minute and see if I can get, what you call it, a proper grid reference and a what 3 words for you. Because everybody else, I've only seen one person out of all the videos who have managed to find this, because apparently it's supposed to be a nightmare to find, but I don't know how, because here's a path. I've just walked from that standing stone. How can I, if you stand at the standing stone if you find that, which you should do, it is pointing, if you have it so it's pointing away from you, if you look on the other side, there's two paths like this sort of thing. If this is the standing stone here and it's leaning that way, you've got a path that way and a path that way. I took that one and it was wrong. So if you take the one to the left and just follow the path, just keep coming, it must be probably 200-300 meters away, and there's that stone. So as you can see, it's got all these carvings in it. And now a lot of you, if you know about this stone, you will know. But believe it or not, this is not a rock. It is some fiberglass resin. Now they say there's two theories. They reckon the other one was moved and took to a museum. Well, if it was in a museum, surely people would have seen it and people would have confirmed it. The other theory is this was placed on top of it to stop it from decaying anymore. Which again, would somebody put this on top of another one like the original and then lift all the ground up round it to lift these stones up? Just doesn't make sense to me. But you know, instead of just believing everything, I I try and work out theories. So who knows? But oh dear, let me get down. As you can tell, wouldn't be able, sounds completely different to a rock. And if you think I'm gonna, well, I'll do it, but probably can't hear anything out. Probably can't hear anything from that. Right, I shall leave that there so you can see it. And right, let's have a read about this. These two ovals here have both got 10 cups in them. Now to say those, or somebody seems to think the 20 cups are a layout of the 20 stone huts, what we were looking at earlier on over there. Who knows? But that's what people say. They reckon that's what it is. But so yes, that's it. Found it. Job done. Another theory was, was it? Oh, it was a shepherd. They reckon a shepherd, when he was bored and whatever, while he was watching the sheep, he did the carvings in this. Well, not this one, but the original one. So yeah, right, like I say, I'm gonna get me what you call it, me phone, and I'm gonna have a look at the what 3 words and see if that makes it any closer. I'm going to check the grid reference as well. Right then, peeps, the what 3 words for this is mankind, crumples, and dinning. And I'm standing at the side of it. So unlike most people, I think these things are here for you to see. Yes, it's fun trying to find them, but when they're lying down in the ground like this, they're a lot harder to find than when they are upright as such. So, mission completed, besides the 600-metre stone wall. So I'm going to go back over to where I started and see if I can find anything what looks like a cairn with a standing stone, and then see if I can find it from there. Right, goodbye Mr. Rock Art. Right, I'm going to carry along this path because I know it takes me roughly back to where I came in and walked along the side of that big farmer's stone wall. So I'm going to keep an eye like a clown. Like I say, I've got that compass on my phone, haven't I? Well, one of the side attachments to it is a grid reference. I think I've just walked into this Meg's wall. For the simple reason is there's a picture on Google about it, and it pictures this stone formation here and the big one behind it. So it goes all the way back that way, and goes that way. It's 600 meters long. So I'm going to get my phone out again and check the grid reference. Bang on. There's the grid reference on Google, 727729, and I'm bang on it. So we have found all the things. Right, let me have a walk down. Like I say, they said there was 7 entrances to it, but that doesn't mean that there is now. And I don't really, it's a stone enclosure, so is it a burial mound stone enclosure or what? So where's this cairn with a standing stone? It's probably at the other bloody end, isn't it, knowing my luck? Let me come round this way and have a gander. So I'll check the grid reference again, see if I'm still on. I'm still on the SK, was it 272729? But there's that many trees and that fallen over, and probably I'm going to put money on the cairn and the stone, the standing stones at the other bloody end. And as you can see, look, I'm still on the grid reference for it, but there's less stones here, so I don't know. But we found it in the end, or found some of it. Can't remember what it said about it now. Neolithical time. It has a cairn with a standing stone next to it from the Bronze Age time, which I've already told you, and there was flints and stone tools have been found when they excavated along it. And it has seven entrances. So, like I say, I believe it must be at the other end. It doesn't say which end the cairn was at. It just said it was marked with a nearby cairn. I mean, it's still here. You just can't see many of the stones, the rocks. So I'm going to go to the end here, because that's the wall I walked along when I came in. I went down that way. So if I find a cairn with a standing stone at the end anywhere, I shall bring you back and show a picture. Right. Forget what I said earlier in the video about that rock formation being called the Three Men, and I couldn't work out why. Of course, it's not called the Three Men. This is the Three Men. These three cairns, and I'll still say what I said about the rock formation. Why it's called the Three Men, I don't know. Besides, there's three cairns. Right, I don't know whether to sit here
2 miles past
and have my break as such, or go where originally it was saying. Isn't it funny how that tree is grown round and over the rock? Right, that's about me done, peeps. Where am I? I'm back at that first port of call this morning, which is over there, that ring cairn. So I can see the car from here actually, because car park's on a bit of a slant, and where that road is in the distance where the S-bend is, the car park's just gone behind those trees now. So, but right, I'm going, peeps. We found everything in the end. Rain stayed off. Doesn't, like I say, don't even look like, and again, it's not dinner time yet, so it doesn't look like it's going to rain to me. So It'll be about 3 miles, the route I've done with faffing about backwards and forwards, so nothing of a great deal of distance, but I weren't here for that. I was here to find those bronze age stuff and Neolithical stuff, which I managed to do. So I shall wish you good well, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, peeps. And like I say, I've given you the 3 words for that rock art, so anybody wants to go and see it themselves and check that it is fiberglass, you're welcome, and I shall watch your video. So tatty bye, peeps. Bye bye.